So I think 75 is probably the most likely move. What has been the modus operandi for the Fed somewhat recently is if they decide they want to sort of push up the market's expectations for a rate hike, they can kind of drop a line to Nick Timiraos at the Wall Street Journal, and he can leak it into an article. So. My guess is if we don't hear anything like that or chatter from other members that might hint at something more aggressive, then I think 75 is probably the best bet. In terms of what happens in December, that's the rub with the environment that we're in right now, that the Fed isn't on a predetermined path. They're really emphasizing this data dependency, not to mention that if they end up being biased to a bigger hike in November, that might lessen the need to go 50 even. So I think it's just guessing at this point in terms of December, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the expectations flutter around a bit for the November meeting, maybe with some whisper around the possibility of 100. Best bet is 75.
Okay, 75 November, December may be live, though. So, listen, we started off and you were saying that, and Sri was asking you for why you thought we had this remarkable turnaround in the market. And you're saying, look, it's mostly technical, could be short covering as well. I'm wondering whether or not it's also because folks had some time to look under the hood of the CPI number, to do some CSI. And, people like to see what they want to see, right? And I'm wondering whether or not there was a case for arguing that we already have seen peak inflation. Do you buy that?
Yeah, I think, there was certainly some hope that the peak, either in core and or headline, was already behind us. That was proven to be incorrect. But now I think, it's hard. It's hard for the math to work such that you keep in this accelerating pace. Now, it's going to take a while for inflation to roll over to anything resembling the Fed's target. There are a lot of numbers between an 8 handle on CPI and a 2 handle on CPI, and you're going to need
absolutely
a significant retreat in these month-over-month type changes to get us more quickly to something sub 3%. But again, it could be some thinking that, okay, last gasp on the upside, maybe now we're finally going to see the rolling over. And you have seen it on the good side of the inflation data. That is in sort of disinflationary mode right now. It's just the stickier services side. And it should be soon. It wasn't today, though.